time. Anyone outside overnight will need a valid reason, as the BBC's Anna Holligan in The Hague explains.
Exceptions to this rule exist, so you can go out if there's an emergency or if you have a valid work reason. You need to carry a piece of paper from your employer saying that you need to be out between those times. Also, if you're attending a funeral or court proceedings or travelling into or out of the country. And the one other exception that exists is you can have a dog on a leash, and actually there are reports there's been a real increase in the number of people who are signing up to offer to walk people's dogs as a way to try to get round these curfew rules.
World news from the BBC. A shootout in the Philippines between the authorities and a criminal group has left 13 people dead. A police officer and 12 followers of a fugitive were killed in the 5-hour gunfight on Mindanao Island. The group wanted for murder, drug trafficking, kidnap and robbery. Local media say the police were met with a hail of bullets as they tried to arrest members of the group in a pre-dawn raid. The authorities recovered a large cache of weapons. At least 30 people have been injured in a large explosion that destroyed several houses in Gaza. The blast in the town of Beit Hanoun appears to have been accidental. The Israeli military said it was the result of Palestinian militants storing weapons in private homes. A spokesman for the Afghan Taliban says the militant group is committed to its bilateral agreement with the United States and wants Washington to stick with it. Speaking in Doha, where Afghan peace talks are continuing, the spokesman told the BBC that the Taliban wanted full compliance. The deal signed a year ago facilitates a conditional US withdrawal from Afghanistan. And Sri Lanka's health minister, Pravitha Wonirachi, has tested positive for coronavirus, weeks after publicly consuming a potion meant to offer protection. Ms. Wonirachi is the fourth government minister to test positive for the virus. Jill McGivering reports.
She's been criticised actually for 2 different episodes. Back in November, she took part in a holy ritual, pouring water that had been blessed by a self-styled godman into a river. And the idea was that he said it would end the pandemic. Of course, no scientific basis for that, and it didn't. And then in December, she was filmed on television taking this so-called miracle potion. This was something that a shaman had developed, another self-styled guru. He said the recipe came to him in a dream, and it would give lifelong immunity against the virus and would also cure the virus. And she seemed to be endorsing that message.
From London, that's the latest BBC News.
I'm Sarthi Korwar. I'm a musician, composer, tabla player. I was born in the US. I grew up in Chennai and Ahmedabad in India, and I moved to London way back in 2009. I have an interest in jazz and Indian classical music, and have released 2 studio albums so far, and have toured with the likes of Kranji, Washington, Moses Boyd, and welcome to Music Life and the BBC World Service, where artists come together to share their experiences of life and music. Joining me today are 3 adventurous, independent and truly unique musicians. First up, she hails from the northeast of England and is a singer-songwriter.